Hi, my name is Wen Hao. I run a creative agency and one of the co-founders here at Cum. We've been around for like 11 or 12 years. Before that, I was actually from Nanyang Poly as well. I graduated in animation from SIDM, and what we do mostly is finding out what our clients need or how to solve a problem that they have using mediums such as 3D or motion graphics, and basically overall just producing content and creative ways to help businesses grow. I think with everyone that starts a business, that question is a little bit, they'll basically say everything including taking out the trash, which is true. My daily basis involves looking for clients as well as dealing with the clients, handling the clients, and also running the teams here and trying to find more effective ways to get them to produce good quality work, have fun while they're doing that. And I think I'm strongly involved in the 3D side of it because of my background, and that's what we do. I think what is great about this industry is that it's always changing. The timelines for our jobs, our projects is between 2 weeks to 2 months. It keeps things changing all the time. No day's ever the same. And I get to work with people all over the world, including people locally here, as well as people in Serbia, people in Sweden, and it's just overall a really fun experience. And I think the other side that I'm kind of growing into is also the business side of things, trying to figure out how to strategize and grow the business in a way that allows us to sustain the quality of work that we really want, but at the same time maintaining that feeling of a small tight group that always like pushes the envelope and not becoming like a conveyor belt. So that's always fun. I think because of how the company started, we did this 12 years ago. It was just for fun. We were kids. We weren't really thinking that much. So there wasn't really a big strategy at that point in time. And the way we grew is based on our basic requirements. So it's not like we had a business background or anything like that. So everything that we have here is built out of a need, a requirement, and I think that allows us to also come in with a very new approach to how creative agencies are, which makes things different as well. The industry, advertising in general, is changing, and one of the interesting things could be that maybe we stumble on a business model that might work because we didn't steal or learn or copy existing models, but we built our own from scratch, and then we took information from everyone and tried to make it work in our own special way. So I think that's what we're unique in. We also happen to be very good at 3D. So most creative agencies don't have a production angle that they are really firm with, whereas we are. So I think that's our unique part. We've been very lucky for one, and we've got a lot of friends and people that watched us grow up as a business as well as individuals, and they all always helped and recommended us. So business we did pretty much all right. I think there were the poorer days when we used to not have enough money to even go out and stuff. But the thing is, the business has grown over the years, and I think we're doing all right now. Difficulties wise, I think finding people in a small country is very tough. Finding experienced people in a small country is even tougher. Like, our industry is not very old, as in we don't have a lot of the old guard to teach us everything. So it's all about finding out new ways to do things. But the main issue is you can't bring in senior staff to guide. Over the years, we've hired a lot of NYP students, because I think one of the things is I'm from Nanyang Poly, so we're all bred the same way. The sleepless nights, the non-stop working attitude, that vibe that I grew up around in NYP is still somewhat the same over the generation. So I think I can relate to them better. So it's easier for me to bring in Nanyang Poly students. But I do think Nanyang Poly students, they die for their craft, and that's why we tend to hire a lot of people from Nanyang Poly. Yeah. recently Nanyang Poly has helped us, like with the ELP students. We worked on a project for a game called Mobile Strike. It's this ad with Arnold Schwarzenegger. We kind of went to NYP and spoke to the director as well as Jacques, and they swung help for us by getting us the use of the mocap studio. So I think as a small studio with we don't have that kind of technology, and it was really good that we could go back to NYP and use that equipment to produce what I think is pretty good quality work, even though we're very small. Based on that project, I've come back multiple times to give talks, workshops, as well as now I'm actually teaching in Nanyang Poly. I'm teaching there because, or I'm more like helping, not really teaching, but helping them out. And I think the main thing is that I'm there to look at the students and maybe hunt for young talent and stuff like that. I'm very certain it's got a major influence. I mean, I was never really good in school. And then when I went to Nanyang Poly, I think I found what I do best, or at least what I'm comfortable and enjoy doing. And I think those, like, what, 4 years, or was it 3 years in Poly, right? 3 years in Poly, it kind of builds your character quite distinctively, because that's the age where you're like learning and really starting to grasp things. So I think SIDM probably, factored in a lot of things, like the late nights, the non-stop working on projects for 3 months in a row, and your schoolmates all on the same page with you, willing to die. I remember it. You know how memories are, that the more you suffer and then you look back, you think it's cool, but actually it's not. Yeah, like I remember all the late nights in NYP, and then the air conditioned units would shut off because it was overall. Back then it was a central system, so at 10 all of it was shut down, and then we would work through the night and all the computers are working, right? So the temperature rises into this cooker. The school gave us fans. It only blew hot air in our faces. Then they gave us an air condition, and it was probably only like, it works right up to this distance from the air conditioned unit, so that didn't help much. And all the late nights of walking around looking for areas in the school to sleep, because there's like pockets of cold air that you can still find, and sleeping outside facing the sky just so that you could stay cool. And then in the morning the air conditioner will kick in, and then everyone crawls to the computer under the desk, because now it's super cold because we jammed it up to 16 degrees the night before, right? And then maybe the cold showers in the tennis block or whatever that was, and brushing your teeth in the morning, and then the juniors walking in on you in the toilet brushing your teeth, and they look really concerned about their future. But yeah, I remember that. I think for us, the idea is that we want to deliver very mature, good quality work that we can really be proud of. I don't know whether you guys seen P&G Mothers and commercials that are just award-winning. I think the company wants to move in that direction, to be able to deliver or sell really strong ideas that helps the business, but at the same time the work is something that we can be so proud of, that we, when we tell people like, this is what we did, they'll be like, you guys did that? Yeah, we did that. So I think that's the whole idea. Currently we're looking into expansion as usual, probably overseas as well. And yeah, that's currently the plan.